Hi, I'm Steve Hunt. I'm a certified public accountant, and I'm the owner of College Tax Refunds, where we help recent college students and their parents get thousands of dollars back from old tax returns that they don't even realize they missed or that they qualify for. And I've been talking about 15 costly, common, critical mistakes that recent college students and other young adults and their parents make at tax time. This is the final video in that series, and I've been explaining how and why people make these mistakes, and I'm hoping that you will avoid making these mistakes on your future taxes so that you can save money. I've also been explaining how you can find out whether you missed money on your old taxes and where you can claim and how you can claim that money that you missed if in fact you did miss money. Today, as I said, is the 15th costly critical mistake, and it is thinking that your old tax returns were done perfectly and that there are no mistakes with them. And this is a mistake that I've actually mentioned several times throughout the whole video series. It's a part of every one of these mistakes. If you made any of the other mistakes, it's very likely that you're not even aware that you made those mistakes, and so you think your old taxes were done perfectly. It's not common for someone to wake up in the middle of the night and say, oh my gosh, I think my taxes from 2 years ago were done wrong. Oh, I wonder if TurboTax did my taxes right. You know, people just assume that when their taxes are done, they were done right, and they don't think about it, and that is a mistake. So let me ask you, if your free software missed $1,300 for you, because that's the average amount that the people I work with, that I help, missed on their old tax returns, if your software missed $1,300 for you, was it really free? I mean, most recent college students, young adults, and even many parents use TurboTax thinking, I'm just going to do my taxes myself this year. I can do it for free with TurboTax or Free Tax USA or H&R Block online, and I don't have to pay anything. Or maybe I'll just pay $50 or $80. Maybe they get tax software that costs them $80, and they're like, I don't want to pay a CPA $300 or $600 to do my taxes. I'm going to do my taxes for only $80. And if you aren't even aware that doing your taxes that way missed you $1,300, were your taxes free? Most people assume that there's only one way to do their taxes. They just assume that TurboTax must be doing it right because TurboTax is doing the taxes. There's only one way to do the taxes, so it must be right. Or H&R Block Online, or even their CPA, that if my taxes are done, they must have been done right because they're done. And the fact is, that's not the case at all. There are many ways to do taxes. There are so many tax laws, tax regulations, tax rules, that no accountant could possibly know them all. I think the number they gave that was popular a few years ago was to say that there are over 70,000 pages of tax laws and rules and regulations, and that no accountant can read them all or understand them all. If you're a farmer, you need a CPA who's an expert in farmer tax laws, because I'm not an expert in farmer tax laws. If you brought me your taxes to do and you're a farmer, I'm not going to know which credits apply only to farmers, how to get the biggest deductions, how to reduce your taxable income, how to do your tax planning for the next year to make sure that you keep your income low, how to smooth your income over multiple years because your farm did well one year and didn't do so well the next year. I'm aware of some of those things, but I am not an expert at farmer taxes. Please don't bring me your taxes if you're a farmer. If you're a pest control salesperson, you need a CPA who's an expert at summer sales tax laws. You need to know that you should have set yourself up probably as an S corporation. You need all of the different tax tips around getting the biggest deductions and reducing your taxable income as a summer salesperson. And if I'm going to put another one in here that's not on the slide. If you're working at a tech company in Silicon Valley, maybe you own the company or you're a CEO or something, you want a CPA who's an expert at working with tech company CEOs. You don't want to go to that farmer CPA who's an expert at working with Idaho farmers, because he's not going to know anything about the best tax deductions and best tax credits and energy saving credits and whatever else might apply to the tech company CEOs. You want to use a CEO CPA. And now if you're a student, you want to use a CPA, an expert at taxes, who focuses and is an expert at student tax laws, at getting education credits. Here's the problem. There aren't any. See, students don't pay for CPAs. They might use their family CPA, but their family CPA was hired by their parents to help them with their business or whatever. Their family CPA is an expert at something else entirely. And this is not to knock those CPAs. I already said there's just thousands of pages of tax rules, regulations, and everything to know and understand, and no CPA can know them all. And so a CPA is going to specialize and focus on what best helps his clients or her clients. And if she does not focus on students, then she's not going to focus on the tax laws around students. If students don't pay her salary, she's not going to focus on getting the best credits for them. And so, since students like to use free software online or TurboTax or whatever, CPAs don't spend the time learning about student tax laws. They've learned a little bit. I told you, I know a little bit about farmer tax laws. I know a little bit about summer sales. I know enough to say that I don't know everything about it. And I know a lot about student tax laws, and I know that 99.9% of CPAs out there just don't. And that's because they heard one or two things. They may think that if you received scholarships or Pell grants that covered your tuition, well, you don't qualify for the American Opportunity Tax Credit. And that's just wrong. And it's not their fault. They don't focus on this area. So I said a minute ago that there aren't any CPAs out there who are experts in student tax laws. Well, there actually are. I am. Okay, and I created college tax refunds to help students, and I focus entirely, all my time as a CPA, on helping college students get money back that they missed on their old taxes because they used TurboTax or H&R Block Online or a family CPA who was not an expert in college taxes. So, trying to move along to the next thing here. The software that you might use to do your taxes is only as good as the person who's using it. So you might think, well, maybe my family CPA is not an expert in student taxes, but they have great software, right? I use TurboTax. That should get it. That should get me every single credit. They guarantee. They say they're going to get you the best, biggest refund possible. They guarantee it. But the problem is that their guarantee is that you're going to get the biggest, best refund based on what you put into their software. And so whatever you enter, it's going to calculate the best refund based on that. But if you don't know, or your family CPA doesn't know, that you actually do in fact qualify for an education tax credit, then you won't know how to force, or that you even need to force TurboTax or H&R Block Online or whatever software your CPA uses to give you the credit. When it comes back and it says, no, you don't qualify because you have scholarships that are greater than your tuition, you have Pell grants that are more than your tuition. That's what the software is programmed to actually, for example, not report your scholarships and Pell grants and then not claim the education credit. But that's not the best way to do it in most cases. And in most cases, you can report your scholarship and Pell Grant, or some portion of it, as taxable and claim the education credit, and that's way better. But your CPA may not even know that. And you didn't know that. And even if you did know that, would you know how to force TurboTax to do it right? If you don't know when your school should be issuing you a Form 1098-T and when it shouldn't, then how are you going to know when you should reach out to them and say, please give me a 1098-T? And if your CPA, family CPA, is not an expert in student taxes, they're not going to know when to tell your school to give you a 1098-T either. So here's the thing. I just said there are many different ways to do taxes. So your taxes, your old taxes, may actually be correct. They may be done good enough. It's one way to do it. But there may be a better way that'll get you a bigger refund. You often have several choices about how to do your taxes. For example, you have the choice of how much scholarship and grants to report. And sometimes more is better to report. And yet, most often, students will report none at all. But more is only better if it doesn't reduce your earned income credit or doesn't reduce your premium tax credit. So you got to be careful. You also have the choice of how to file your taxes when you're married. You could file separately. You could file jointly. Usually jointly is better, but you have a choice. You have the choice of how to report your combat pay. And so if you're a soldier and you've been in combat and you've received combat pay, it's never taxable. Your combat pay is not taxable. But if you report it in one way, you'll get a higher earned income credit and a bigger refund than if you report it another way. So you'll want to be working with a CPA who's aware of that little fact. Whatever your tax preparer chooses may be technically correct. You can report your combat pay in the way that doesn't get you a big refund. It's correct. But that choice could cost you thousands of dollars. And so what happens is when you sit down to use your free software, thinking, I'm going to do this myself this year, I don't want to pay anybody $300 to do it right. I don't want to find the expert in my field and pay them $300 or $400 to do it right. Well, when you do that and you enter it into TurboTax, TurboTax isn't always giving you all of your choices. And it's preparing it incorrectly, and you may be missing thousands of dollars, and you don't even realize it. You think you're saving yourself 80 or 300 or 400 bucks when you're actually costing yourself $1,300. Your tax preparer must be an expert in your field to guarantee you the biggest refund. That's really the only way. You need to find an expert in what you do. And if you're a student, you need to find a student or a college tax expert. And if you're a parent of a student, you should be working with a CPA who's an expert in your field, and you should be finding a CPA who is an expert with students because you're claiming a student dependent. If recent college students or their parents simply assume that old taxes were done correctly without getting them checked by an expert who's dedicated to college tax refunds, you could be leaving thousands of dollars on the table. And the average college student with grants or scholarships misses $1,300 per year. So how do you fix that? I have explained in previous videos that this is why I created collegetaxrefunds.com. It's the business I started when I was a teacher, or shortly after I stopped teaching tax at university. Shortly after I realized that my students were not claiming all of the education credits that they were entitled to. They were missing thousands of dollars per year. I wanted to make a website where they could come, put in just a few numbers off their old taxes, and find out immediately if they had missed any money on their old taxes. And then my business, my associates, my team at College Tax Refunds could fix their old tax return so that they could mail it off to the IRS and get a check within a couple months from the IRS. And that's how it works. You start a quote right here where it says get free quote. You enter in about a dozen anonymous dollar numbers off of your old taxes. Immediately you find out how much money you missed on your old taxes, and then you it's explained to you how you can move forward and get your old taxes fixed and claim that money. If you have any questions about the process at all, you can put them in the comments below here on this YouTube channel, or you can also email them to us at College Tax Refunds. There's a contact us link at the top of the page there. If you scroll down on the webpage, you'll see a video that explains exactly why 9 million Americans are missing about $1,300 every single year on their old taxes. You'll see some other videos that are testimonials from some of the thousands of students and recent college students that we've helped to get back millions of dollars that they missed. You'll see a link to the irs.gov website where you can read the fact sheet the IRS put out a few years ago, explaining again how 9 million students and their parents are missing money on their old taxes every single year. And that's because normally the ones who miss the most money are those who have scholarships or Pell grants. If you know anybody who had scholarships or Pell grants in the last 3 or 4 years, if you know anybody who's got college students in their family who went to college in the last 3 or 4 years, please tell them about this video, about this whole series of videos. Share these videos with them. Tell them about college tax refunds. Have them try the free calculator to see if they missed any money. And please like this video and share it and subscribe to this channel. I'm done with this series about 15 costly, common, critical mistakes that are made by recent college students and their parents. But I'm going to make many more videos, and there are many other videos on this YouTube channel about improving your wealth. I want to help you level up your life and your finances. I want to help you learn things that maybe you didn't know about debt or about mortgages or about starting businesses, about creating passive income, about retiring early. I want to help you increase your wealth, and that's what I'm going to be making videos about on this channel. So if you subscribe to this channel and you click the notification button, you'll become aware whenever I put out one of those videos, and you'll have the option of watching that to find out some more information about how to level up your financial life. These are tips and tricks that you are not taught anywhere else, usually. You don't learn them in high school or college, but they're things that you really should know. A little tidbit I want to share with you is that if you've watched this series, thank you so much for watching this series of videos, but every single background you see behind me in every one of these videos is a picture that I either took myself or someone in my family took while we were on vacation somewhere or somewhere in our life. We really like to travel a lot. I will be making videos explaining how you too can find more freedom, more wealth, more adventure in your life, and then you can be taking pictures all over the world like I have done, and I use them as the background for all these videos. Thanks so much again for watching. I look forward to helping you get more money back on your old taxes and to helping you level up in your financial life. Have a great day.